if you talk about drill, you definitely got to have AM and Skengdo way up there. Like, are they the kings of drills? Did they pave a big gateway for the drill scene? Because some of the stuff that I see them doing, unheard of. Like even now, like when they was making songs with drill king of drill artists from America, the drill scene wasn't ready for that. You get me? Let me tell you a story about AM and Skengdo, yeah? So boom, I've come out of prison now. Obviously, I don't really do too much research in what's happening and what groups or what. I just know before I went to prison, like many years ago, Mykesfield was called Baghdad. You get me? Like man used to go to the dads, the brothers, like, you get me? And then being in prison, I knew kind of there was a lot of occasions before, like I said to you, I came up through an era where Brixton was not beefing each other like that. There wasn't like Summer Late in town, flipping Fields, even like Stockwell Park. Like there wasn't really no madness because the peers above the elders, everyone was kind of locked in. There was individual stuff, but anyway, obviously what I do know of, innit? Obviously I know at the time, you get me, AM and Skengdo 410, they didn't really get on with Keddington youths. Well, I'm sure that they're cool now. You get me, but I know that. Obviously, they wasn't talking to Lowski at the time, you get me? So let's just put it like that. They wasn't talking to Lowski at the time. These times, bro, like, man's come out of jail, get me? I didn't even know what drill was. I didn't know what drill music was until Dig That's brother was like, oh, my brother does drill music. I'm just like, oh, yeah, I want to manage him. Like, I just want to get into music. Anyway, boom. We've managed to make the Lowski and obviously Dig That song, the No Cap song, you get me? And at that time, I knew that obviously they didn't really speak. And I know with the younger generation now, the younger generation's on some unruly stuff, you get me? I didn't know what obviously AM looked like. Obviously I knew what Skengdo looked like, you get me? I remember me and Dig That. I remember it like yesterday, bruv. So when we signed No Cap, yeah, we signed No Cap. The labels, I remember I managed to get the label. Usually the labels try to sign man with a 1 or 2 option to keep man. So it's like, okay, cool, we're gonna sign you for this, but if we don't recoup, at least we got the second option to be like, yeah, we want the second option. Or if we're behind the song and we put a lot of marketing behind the song, at least we know that the next song we can put out and we don't need to worry about. So we're making good money. But what I said to Lloyd at the time, Lloyd was working at Relentless, you get me? So Lloyd was working at Relentless and Lowski was signed to 693 or something upstairs with Ricky. So he was signed to with Ricky, Lloyd and Relentless. They gave man 70,000 or 75,000 pounds for one single. You get me? One single, no option. It was just like, bam, shot a song. We got this song here. And I remember, I'm not gonna go too into this side of things. Obviously, this is about AM and Skengdo. But anyway, I remember us getting the deal structure for that, and obviously that was like the first injection that we got. You get me? Us doing the song, releasing the song. I remember us being in Bagel King, yeah, early hours in the morning. Me and Dig That, blood. I think one other person was in Bagel King. I remember Dig That had his AP then. I remember it like yesterday. He had his AP. Get me? Like. Who did we see in Bagel King? We saw the 410 youths. Skengdo wasn't there. AM was there. He might remember this, you get me? There was about 15 of them. And in my head, I was like, ooh, this might get peak. Like, if these lot are kind of, if these lot are kind of like a bit immature or they might look at it in a way like, all right, you just done a song with man's up, we might as well splash you. It could have got a bit peak. It could have got peak for us because we didn't have nothing on us. We were just going to eat a food in Bagel King. But listen, Bagel King, you can get caught slipping there. Anyone that knows where Bagel King is, these man was there, bro. You get me? And the man says, I'm like, yo. Anyway, that was cool. They all come saluted. And this is what I respect about Field Youths. Like, I don't know them. I know, obviously, the older lot. You get me? I know the other generation. So it's like, they there was no weird energy. There was cool. So from then I was like, yeah, these lot, man, I respect them. You get me? And obviously I know that they was getting managed. I'm not sure they're still managed now, but they were getting managed by Finesse Forever. And obviously, big shout out to SK. I remember when he started, them lot started their Finesse Forever. They had a lot of artists, you get me? And they was very advanced in doing what they're doing, and they're still doing amazing things now. And just going into it is like, I remember when, like AM and Skengdo, they were the bait. They fell for the bait. Not fell for the bait, but they were the scapegoat. You get me? Because the police actually censored their thing. So I think they got put in some order thing. I've been tuning into one of their podcasts, so I'm gonna play a bit of their podcast and do a bit of breakdowns. But they couldn't make any music, so that kind of stopped their cash flow. Like, period. Like, imagine not being able to make the music that you want to make. You get me? So it's like, they was really breaking through. They was making noise. You get me? And they played a big impact for drill. How long drill has lasted for, and for drill now, and even their hit songs, you get me? Then, I remember, obviously, even going on to this, I'm not going to play this song because, obviously, I don't know if it's copyrighted and I don't want this thing to thing, but for you to get a song, yeah, with Chief Keef, it's not heard of, bro. Like, you got to understand, Chief Keef is the king of drill. There's no one bigger than Chief Keef. It don't matter who's got the biggest numbers. Let me flip my screen so I can say it with chest. Chief Keef is the king of drill worldwide. There's not another artist that's bigger, that's come through and been able to that impact when it comes to drill. You get me? My man, these lots flown over to America and done a song with Chief Keef, bro. I'll play it short, just a little bit. Anyway, you catch my drift, because I ain't looking for these people to just take off my thing, you get me? But boom. When I saw this, I was like, 2018, September. I came out of prison 2018, March, you get me? So they've dropped this, and this was a big look, but I don't think many people spoke about it like that. And I think our scene at that time was still growing. It's still growing now, but there's not like, man's in the space of this now, you get me? This is the space. And man, urge all of you lot to start jumping on this and start doing this, because this is going to open up more and more lanes, you get me? And you know what? We're in a world of like, people want to hear what we have to say. You get me? So big shout out to Tanks, because he's the #1 GOAT, and he's the reason why I'm doing this. You get me? So we have to give his flowers every single time, guys. But anyway, this has happened. But obviously, I know that they've done this. Obviously, the police has kind of censored their thing. If they do that, they go to prison. So I remember Krypton Conan now doing a campaign. Krypton Conan, Rapman's director, they done a campaign called Ban Drill. Now, Ban Drill, obviously I'm not gonna play it, but I'm gonna flip my screen so you can kind of see some, because there's a big tune of Ban Drill, you get me? But flicking the screen, you see it, you get me? GQ, boom, 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 Ban Drill, you get me? Rapman, blah, 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 you get me? It just shows, it's just some information of like, obviously, the reason why they made it had a storyline. They had everyone in it, by the way. Bandrill had everyone in it. Like, it had flipping DBE. It had CS. CS was acting in it. It had Dig That. It had Heady One. Bro, like, it had Little Man. Bro, it kept on coming. It was more and more people. It had, get me? So what they done a whole short film into a song about Bandrill. Why they done that then? This is why Krypton Conan's so legendary, bro, and what they done for their scene. I don't think that they get the flowers that they deserve, but I'm not going to be here and keep on making videos saying that, because you're not going to think I'm biased. But what I'm basically saying is this. They done this on the strength of the AMs and the Skendos, you get me? Because this was a big impact. And listen, we always say, oh yeah, drill, this is what's happening in drill. Listen, before drill music, when man was coming up, there was probably more murders. Yeah, there was probably more murders, and drill didn't exist then. You get me? When we was coming up, there was a year, there was like more murders. You get me? That was actually happening, and man, we didn't have internet, so when things are actually happening, they're actually happening directly to people. You get me? But anyway, they've done this Ban Drill. All of a sudden, bam, man's in the House of Commons, like AM and Skengdo and that. And MPs are sitting down. Man's in the House of Commons. Like I think they've all created some past judgment, like letting them, like people are allowed to say what they need to say, and some petitions happened, and I don't know fully into it, but I'm in the House of Commons and they're in the House of Commons, and all of a sudden, but this thing here really caused a big impact in their career. It caused a big impact in their career, because when I really think about it, yeah, you got to look at AM and Skengdo now. If music is a way of getting out for the generation that's from the streets, if they make songs or they talk about my man, boom, boom, they might not be actively doing it no more. They might. This is the life that they lived. Are you with me? So for them to be censored and can't speak about certain things or make the music that they want, bro, it stops their income. It's rubbed them out. It's rubbing them out. So when you think, oh, where's AM and Skengdo? They was popping, and then now they're in a headlock. You get me? It really shows you, listen, like, this thing is really serious. You get me? Of course you're not going to be able to do shows. What happened to Quainface? He come out of jail, boom, new look, this, that, tried to announce his show. He's been added like 10 other license conditions. They set you up for fail. Probation sets you up for fail, literally. Anyway, let's go on to actually one of the tunes that actually really popped them off, like really made them like go viral. I think it's one of the biggest plugged in. Anyway, it's not plugged in. It's one of the biggest Mad About bars with Kenny Allstar. This one. You see this one? Brother, don't look. This is the tune anyway. Aye, have you seen these lot perform that in a festival, bro? In a show, it goes crazy. Like, this tune is a legendary song. Cold. So yeah, anyway, this is where they got warm, and then this police injunctions happen, and then it's kind of popped them down, innit? Like, it's popped them down. It makes you really think, listen, there's injustice, because these people just want man on the streets. They want man on the roads. That's where they want man. You get me? So, boom. Anyway, this has happened. That's happened. So I thought, you know what? I saw one of their videos. They got a new video. I just took in their tape, and I know their tape is very cold. I'm gonna leave the description below. But they've got one tune that's cold. I was looking on AM's on his TikTok. Cold. This one here. Aye, this tune is cold. Guys, I wish I can play this to you lot. You get me? So you lot can really take it in. But anyway, boom. So obviously, with me, I like to educate myself. You get me? And especially, I like to know what's happening with man's people from the ends, from the roads. You get me? They're doing music or whatnot, because it's like, it's so easy when people say, oh yeah, it's so easy and said when people say, oh yeah, this person rubbed out, or this person's gone quiet, or he's not that person no more. But there's always things that is like trials and tribulations, and I think that's why one of my main things, like, obviously my YouTube channel is gonna cover loads of things around the world, loads of things. But listen, I'm an advocate for culture. I'm an advocate for UK culture. UK culture is everything for me, because where I'm from doesn't matter where. I'm an advocate for culture. You get me? Putting value into the culture. So it's like, but if you don't have information like this, don't matter what area you're in, whether you're a musician, that normal business, it's very important, because we sign or do these things from early, and then it could cause a big impact with man's career later on down. So let's go into their interview. You get me? Take this one in.
Like, yeah, man's made it. Because there's always work to be done, bro. So for me, it will probably be this first, not even first tour.
They're talking about, basically, quickly, is like, what's your biggest achievement? So just give me a little insight before.
First tour was crazy. Good experience. I was like, raw. But I think it was Coco London doing that performance. The tour was mad, but it was that performance and seeing it on the newspapers.
5-star rating on the Guardian.
It was a 4-star. We can't gas it like that. It was a 4-star, but Guardian rating man's thing 4-star, crazy. So yeah, this is mad, bro. I think that's for that. Like that point for me was like, yeah, man's made it. As on we've got Mardukes all laminating the newspaper and that. You get it?
Bro, this is what I mean. And this is why, for me, I can never ever say ban drill and rare. Bro, did you see you see Skendo's smile, bro? You see him laughing like his mum's the proud. Imagine parents, yeah, that actually every day, yeah, when you're from the streets, every day they're worried if their child's gonna come back. And now they turn a negative into positive and they're like, look, like, this is what we're doing. Bro, they're in the Guardian newspaper, bro. You get me? Like, niggas from the streets are in the Guardian newspaper. Like, really take that in of, like, their achievements or what they're doing. So this is a big thing. And a lot of us always kind of downplay accolades, bro. This is serious accolades. You get me?
It was a proud moment. I'm saying, brother, we made it. We made it. And then it all come crashing down from the injunction.
Injunction.
After that. Like, no, that was before.
That was the breach.
There was the breach for the injunction. Like, that's when I realized this thing is real. And they're using even the little things. So we're thinking we're avoiding major problems on this injunction. It's the little things they're picking up and trying to they gave us suspended sentences off of that. Like, this is all just performing a song.
True.
They felt like we weren't so, like, yeah. But people paid for this, bro.
But yeah, that second tour was definitely we made it moment. You get me? But there's always work to be done. Always got to push through. At the end of the day, I've always said like the injunction was part of the story, innit? It's not the end of the story. It's part of the story. You never know when things are going to pick back up. All you can do is keep pushing our own motion. We came up with our own motion. There was no formula, no blueprint. So
Listen to what a man's saying. We came up with our own motion. No one did tell us to do anything. You get me? Like, we had a moment where, yeah, we've made it. Now it's time to go to the next level, The UK haven't seen these things. You get me? We ain't seeing these things happen right now. Are you with me? And then boom, injunction and boom, a breach. Knowing that, listen, you can actually go to prison for this. You get me? So they didn't get taught nothing. They were just boom, focused.
Anytime things get over your head, back to the basics. That's all we know. Back to the basics, back to the love of the music, back to doing things unorthodox, because that's what I want to do. I had a Valentine's Day, I released a Valentine's Day EP yesterday. I wanted to do that. Does it go with my brand? No. My brand's No Lotion, all of that business, all of that jazz. And I've done it anyway because I wanted to do that. I like the songs that were there and I've released it. That's what we're getting back to. I don't care if in a year we got 7 mixtapes. People are like, oh no, that you shouldn't do that. You're oversaturating. You should do 2 mixtapes in a year max. I don't care what you're meant to do.
This is why DBE are one of the most expensive, most successful and well paid artists going in the UK, like in our scene, because they don't follow the UK blueprint. They follow American blueprint. Now, if you see Russ from America, this brother will release songs like every 2 weeks. You get me? Because all it takes is one song, guys. One song to really connect, and then your back catalog domino, it will happen. Just like this YouTube. All it takes is one YouTube video. The YouTube video is not here yet. All it takes is one YouTube video to go and get 3-4 million views. That next one, and then everyone else that discovered the man will now watch the back catalog, and then you all see you've gone from 10K subscribers up to 60K subscribers from one video, and then they keep on watching all the rest of your videos. So, like, yeah. So, guys, if you want to do something, do it. Have structure, but have structure. They're saying that they're doing this because they built up their infrastructure. They have an audience. They have a fan base. They have a following. You can't just say, listen, I want to drop an EP with no following or no structure. Work the single song, build a single song for a month, drop another single song, drop a song once a month, and then start releasing.
I know what I'm doing, and I'm releasing music, and the fans and supporters that support me are gonna like that, and they're gonna listen to the tunes and support me in that sense. So back then, when we're releasing a video nearly every 2 weeks, nobody's doing that because that's not the way to do it. I don't care about all of that. And then that got us so much motion and so much traction in a short period of time. And enjoying being an artist. I feel like there was a lot of time where...
Did you lose love out of the music at a time?
Pardon?
100%.
Listen, the reason why they're saying enjoy being an artist, when I came into the scene, we didn't know what charts was and numbers updates. Like, we didn't know about numbers and that. We knew that $4,000 is a million streams, but we didn't care about that. We didn't think, oh, you're going to get a million streams. We just cared about getting a premiere on GRM. So there was no pressure. There's so much pressure on artists now. That's why artists need to change their USP, the way that how they do things, collect their data, make sure that they make sure that they have merch, that they build up their data, make sure that they focus on that. You get me? Because 100 hoodies at $40 each is $4,000. You get me? And 1 million streams, you get me, it's $4,000. Which one are you gonna get to first? 2,500 streams is $10. You get me? Selling one song for $1 each to 10 of your fans is $10. Which one are you gonna get to first? Understand who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing this. Are you in this? What are we in this for? What are we in this for, guys? You feel me?
Did you lose love?
Yeah, of course.
100%,
Of course.
bro.
Of course.
100%.
That's a real thing, bro.
Of course.
Well, what do you feel brought that about?
Everything. It was a chore. It actually became a chore.
It's become a job now. Like, it's not like what bro said earlier. We never started doing music thinking like, yeah, this is where it's gonna go. Like, we're just doing it, bro. So as things are starting to, happen and that, it became more serious. But then the love for it just disappeared, bro.
Is that? I'll be real. Is that based? Okay, streets, whatever. That's one thing. Ends. That's another. That's always gonna be there. Is it that the business just didn't seem to be making sense at a point? Like
that and just being complacent as well. You get me? Yeah, bro. Like, if we're keeping it a buck, bro, you're in control of your own destiny, bro. You get it? So when you're not putting in the work, bro, you can't expect nothing to be popping, bro. But where it was tricky for me and bro because when one of them was popping. So it's like, and we didn't have to do a lot. Like, we done enough, but we didn't have to do bad. Like, bro, do you know how much like other artists got to do, bro, to get to a certain level that we was getting to so quickly, like in a year or two? It's a mad thing, bro. And we done that off of like less than 15 songs.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, cool. When man's doing all of these things now, man can't, bro, I've all forgot my point. It's like, man can't do all of these things, bro, and forget.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
I feel like as well, like it was demotivating, innit?
Yeah. Like,
at the end of the day, we're in recoup. First of all, we're in recoup mode, meaning the advances we got are being recouped. So we're not touching none of that money, none of the streams. So
guys, when you sign a deal, what he's saying that they've signed a deal, you get me? Obviously, the cash flow that's coming in, they're not getting no residual income for it. So sometimes you sign a deal, you get your advance, whatever you spend for your advance. If you get advance now, I would advise artists to invest into their clothing brand, invest into that side of the business or a product or just something around that. So now you can double up or boom, build that up. You get me? Instead of the Mary Jeans or I'm not saying that these lot did, but the watches, but this is what we need to look at because it's literally a loan. If you went to the bank now, which you probably can, and try to get a £10,000 loan out, are you going to spend it on the Mary Jeans? No, you're not. You get me? You're going to look at something where you can make back the money, probably pay back your debt. So obviously, if you ain't making no money, you're not making no money, and then on the back of it, you've got an injunction, and you can't perform songs at your show, how's money going to come in?
We're popular, very popular, touring and that, but the only money we're getting is from everything outside of streams and DSPs, YouTube, we're not getting none of that money. So a time where shows have been stopped,
See?
then you're looking at it like, what am I doing? Anything I'm releasing right now, because we're still in, when the injunction came, we're still tied in with the deal that we had. So anything we're releasing is part of that deal, is the money don't come to us. So after that deal finished and whatnot, we're looking at a situation where we can't perform. So all these videos you think you're going to be doing frequently is coming out of your pocket. Now, if you want to release 6 videos and each of them minimum you're putting 2 to 5 quid, it's not realistic anymore, is it? Because
Are you listening to that now? £2,000 to £5,000 per video, and it's not realistic because obviously you're basically saying, listen, man's got to go back on the roads, or man's got to go do other things because man's music money is getting paid to the labels, man's shows money and that, man's getting bookings, but man can't perform what we need to perform, so it's popping down man's stuff. But this isn't, we're in a world of short form content, and this is why artists really can blow up now from the he's talking about 2 to 5 quid, whatever it is, for music videos. He's talking about potentially, he says 6 videos, 25K, 15K in that border mark. But we can really film like 20, 30 short form bits of content, you get me, for the 1,500s, you get me, pounds, around that, or film from your iPhone and then kind of push that out and then use capital for digital ads and whatnot to push it in certain areas of your sounders, you get me? This is what man's doing. This is how man's developing. This is what man's doing. So it's like the money that you've got for your budget, you get me, it's very important to learn what you need to do. And from when you learn how to do it, what you need to do, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, you start seeing that your monthly listeners start building up and up and up. You get me? Gonna place up a little bit more of this and I'm gonna wrap up. I know the times you're complaining about my long videos.
That angle's dried up, and that recoup's gonna take a little sec. What was meant to keep you afloat was the shows, the brand deals, this. Brands were staying away from us because it was under a bad light because of the injunction. So, but now you're known as an artist. In the ends, you're popping. This is you. You guys are popping. You got all the money.
That's the point I'm trying to get.
You lot got all the money. So that needs to happen. You need to make this and that happen. And it's like, well, the only way that can be sustained is to get more money. But the way we was doing it, evidently isn't an option anymore.
I'm going to leave it like that. And this is what man's focusing on for new artists that's coming up. How to build a business and build a residual income and make money from it and not have to depend on a label, not have to depend on the brands, not have to depend on club bookings or bookings. Have that ecosystem going where boom, 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 you have your community. And just remember I said 1,000 fans paying $8 a month makes you $100,000 for the year. And this is where we need to look at. We need to look at that 1,000 fans, building up your own communities, this. And this is all the tools and the infrastructure, the AI, the automations that we've got to get you where you need to get to. Now, I keep on receiving so much messages. Guys, I can't literally message everyone on Instagram. I see your messages, but bro, I will never have a life. There needs to be a system. Everything's getting a bit overwhelming. Look, if you're an artist, if you are an artist, what I will suggest is to join my community, link in the description below, or book a call with my team. You get me? Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I've got shows. I've got shows. I've got a masterclass. Yeah, £1 a ticket for the first 100 people. The reason why I keep saying that, because I've just extended it a bit more for another 100 people. Because I know that it's kind of tough. It's tough, but at the same time, I want you to understand you will never get anywhere, bro, if you don't pay. If you don't pay for market, if you don't pay into things, everything that I've done, all the money that I've invested in people, myself, I've had to pay. So stop thinking that, oh yeah, boom. Or if you think that, oh yeah, the Louis Vuitton on the music video is more important than the marketing, then so be it. I released this free content for you guys, the ones that don't want to pay. So you have this and you can go buy the little steps, you get me? But you reach out to me, just understand I'm going to tell you, you need to have a budget to put into your marketing. You need to have this, that. In below, click the link in below, join the community, book a call with my team, we'll get you started. But before I go, obviously, kind of want to go to the shop, the Spotify. I just on Skendo's one. Look at that, Mad About Bars, 32 million streams, crazy, Crash, 16. They've got the new mixtape that's just come out. 2 Bunny 2, latest album. So make sure you look into this, my people, man. This I've actually took this in is crazy, man. The mixtape is crazy still. So yeah, man. And big shout out the Prophets as well. The Prophets, yeah. The Prophets are they're dope producers. They've been in the game for many years through the grime scene and whatnot, doing amazing things. So the fact that they're behind them, you get me? I've met the Prophets, there's 2 of them. Make sure you go do your research and make sure you plug in their thing, man. But big respect to them. But I felt like they need to get their flowers, man. They need to get their flowers. And this is what this channel's about. You get me? Yes, we know, you know, the channel's about independent. You get me? Saying what we want, but we also need to bring us together. You get me? And give artists their flowers. You get me? Because I know a lot of us always we don't forget where things started from. We always remember like who's going on with things right now. So yeah, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You get me? And I'll see you tomorrow. Whoosh.